waiting for it to get on Facebook.
Oh, good.
There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is DJ Ron G. I am back from vacation. I've been gone for several days, and I ran across somebody yesterday. You look refreshed. I said I had to put up with this stuff for 4 days. So it felt good to get back in this seat again. But we have a young man here, and going over what he does, y'all need to listen what Mr. Harold have to say about this. There's a lot of things going on. Well, for those of you who may not know you, tell us about you and what inspired you to get into marketing and advertisement.
Well, thank you for having me on. My name is William Harold. For full, for short, you can call me Will, everybody. I moved here from St. Louis about 4 years ago, actually. When I started in marketing, the whole goal of it was to help new and small business owners. I had a cousin who she had a boyfriend who was looking to get into to some the music industry. So I was like, okay, I love music, so let me see if I can get in that avenue. But after he started going a little slow, and he was trying to get money from his music streams, I said, this is a little too slow. I don't know if this is the right way to go for right now. And I think that was March of 2020, actually. So around July of that year, I said, let me try to start working with new and small business owners, really help folks get a foundation online. And I've been doing that since 2020, like I said, so about 6 years. Since I moved here to San Antonio about 4 years ago, I've really just been focused on working with our community, figuring out ways, like I said, instead of just any new and small business owners, I was looking for new and small Black business owners, as well as anyone I can help build a foundation online.
Okay, yeah, you are so true about that. I mean, we need you. I'm not gonna lie to you. We need you. So, what have been some of the biggest challenges you see in small business facing when it comes to marketing?
A lot of challenges that I see are people maybe looking at the headlines when they're either getting into marketing, or sometimes I would like to say that when folks have degrees, that could get in the way sometimes of them being able to see, okay, here's a couple different ways that we can see the situation for an individual to help at least get them a foundation. And I feel like marketing, in a sense, is a lot of people are learning right now, and maybe they had learned marketing before, but when they get into in the marketing when it comes to using AI. People are overutilizing AI. They aren't saying I had tried and worked all these tools and systems before AI got here, and now I'm utilizing it to elevate how I was helping people. But I definitely feel like that's one of the issues.
So let's talk about AI. I started using it, and you can overuse it, and
Right.
you can also imitate a lot.
Right.
There's these flyers coming out now. It looks the same straight across the board. Everybody's got the same retro look straight across the board. It's hard to decipher. Me myself, I started using it before it went retro, and then I seen everybody else use it, so I changed it because
Exactly.
it all looks the same.
Right.
It doesn't stand out. It stands out if you did in the beginning. It stood out, but now
Right.
everybody and mama using it. It doesn't stand out that much. It's more like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. And so, how can you make a business unique in how they go about doing things? I'm gonna back up a little bit. Some people who first time get into their business, they see the big corporation and want to mimic them.
Right.
You can't do that.
Right.
You gotta crawl. You gotta bring people into your fold. So how do you go? I know I threw a lot out there, but how do you go about that?
Yeah, well, what you're saying is basically you see, like you said, a lot of people they're duplicating what I feel like they've seen on YouTube or what they've seen done before. But that's not necessarily the way to help small businesses and new businesses out because they don't need all of the bells and whistles. A lot of new businesses really just need here's your bio, and here's a structured plan that you can start off of so you can get some exposure. A lot of things that I noticed when I was younger is I was in school with a lot of people who were extremely talented, but I'm like, oh, but you're going into nursing or you're going into this other thing. And it was always never for a core reason. But you notice when you start working with new and small business owners that have a specific interest, they're willing to continue to work on those passions. And when you can work with that, with the marketing, people more they have more energy behind letting somebody help them as a new or a small business owner, I would say.
Yeah. So speaking about that, how can a small business owner market themselves effectively without having a large budget?
Well, that's where I would say, hey, that's what I did for years and years. I said, oh, okay, I need certain tools to help myself with business. So I would say if somebody's looking basically to get started, you have to find out those free things that you can do. Try the free trials out on the website builders, on the social media managers, things that you can get to automate your content. If you build a Facebook group, on a Facebook group, you can schedule posts so you don't have to sit there and post every day get engaged with your community. Especially, I would say you can look on Facebook and on Instagram, find the hashtags that fit the niche that you're in, basically. So when you see here's these hashtags, you see a million people going to some of these hashtags. You don't want to do that, but you want to make sure that you're targeting yourself, figuring out exactly what type of individuals you want to serve because hey, you can say I want to talk to all real estate agents, but you can say, oh, okay, I live in San Antonio, I need to talk to real estate agents that fit to the 1 to 3 year mark. I'm looking for real estate agents around a certain location. Those are all things that new and small business owners know as soon as they get in. So if you can write all those down, start searching some of those keywords on social media, and that'll be a good way to get started pushing those on the posts that they create when they make content.
One thing that I know that I use all the time, I use all the other Facebook groups and stuff, and I found out one thing. It took me long to find it out. I can't post nothing on Wednesday and expect to be there Friday because sometimes the admins drag their feet, won't approve anything to after your event.
Right,
And
right,
then you say, "Wow, I sent it to you before then," so you can't get mad at them. You need to
right,
get mad at yourself because you did not do it the right way. One thing that I tell everybody, I'm in radio, don't come to me Thursday when we advertise for something that's happened Saturday.
right, right,
Cause you're not gonna get a billion people coming over.
right,
But if you turn around, you secure a event, you secure where you're gonna be at, you already know what you're doing. The next step you should be contacting me or start advertising and say details follow soon just to get it
right,
out there so people know. A lot of people
right,
wait to the last minute. I gotta get this together. Now I send it out. No, you can also send out. Okay, we have a tea party coming up. Let's say in August 31st. So you put it out a tea party coming up. This is where it's gonna be at. Details coming up. Oh, who's gonna be there? Artists gonna be there. A lot of people make a mistake and wait till they get everything together. Then we're gonna advertise, and it's less than
yeah.
30 days. So, what is your um, look on it? How far advanced should people advertise and market their product?
I would say as least as 30 days if you possibly can. If you can know what event that you're going to have 30 days from now, you can set up a 4 week marketing plan to be able to start to promote yourself early. I would say hit social media first would be one of the first things you can do. Obviously, friends and family, and then after that, see if you can get some physical alignment in the community. And like you said, through Facebook groups, sometimes the admins, like you said, have some issues with accepting, getting posts approved fast enough. stuff. So hopefully, as we'll talk about here with the San Antonio BlackCore that we're working on building with a few people, we're helping speed up a couple of those things. So say, hey, you've been posting a lot of great content in any of those groups, as far as the politics group or the events group, we're going to go ahead and set you up with a pre-approval so we can get your posts in there fast, since you're already respecting the community.
Okay. So tell us
Yeah.
about how can wait a minute. I got back up on this. Okay. Because I had just one question and another one popped in my head. You served as marketing director for the Alamo City Black Chamber of Commerce. What has that experience been like?
It's been unique. I would say it's an experience that I didn't initially expect to have. Like I said, when I came to San Antonio, I was looking to get into marketing with the individuals working here, but I wanted to come to my community first. So I just looked on the website, said, hey, how can I get involved as far as the Black business community here in San Antonio? So I said, hey, let me go check online. And that's where I found the Alamo Chamber. I was looking at their website and I was like, it looks good, but it can be elevated. It can be elevated from where it is right now. So I reached out to them, and luckily, over a couple months, we had some conversation. I was able to get in with them. We had me and the secretary. Shout out to Tia Benning. We went to talk to Hearst Media Group. That's my SA. That's Express News. They were really looking about how can they promote more Black content in San Antonio. And so what I did, I went on the Facebook groups. I said, hey, everybody, I'm having this meeting. It was a few days before, but I said, hey, I'm having this meeting, everybody. Please give me input. Everything that you tell me, if I'm not able to say it in the room, I'm going to send it to each of the individuals in that room who have some decision making as far as the media goes for exposing us in the city. So I was able to send it to them, build a couple relationships with them. But what I've noticed with helping out the Alamo Chamber is that marketing isn't something that is a thing that is one person can handle. Basically, it's something that a lot of people, a lot of hands have to be into. So I'm happy to be a part of the team. Basically, I'm happy to work with them on the events that we have coming up, and like I said, it's just been unique altogether.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm a part of this. Where I'm getting ready to tell you. Me and Dr. Cross started building Black Wall Street one vendor at a time, and we launched it February 21st. Within 4 hours, we had all the vendor slots already.
Wow.
We just announced it, and boom, there they came. We did
Right.
it again, same thing. We did it again, and the last one we did, we have 14 vendors, seven inside, seven outside. But what's unique about that, we had people coming off the streets want to know how can they become a vendor.
Wow.
By just showing the present out there. And that's something that we did. So why is something like that so important for San Antonio?
I would say I feel like we have a lot of things going on for our community and outside of it, but there's not, I would say, a structured idea for which specific groups, programs, or organizations are there immediately available to help people. So I feel like things like you said, building Black Wall Street. Those things are extremely important, at least for the mindset to get into people's minds. These are the things that we need to be thinking about and focusing on as we move through our daily lives, as we can try to figure out more ways, not necessarily let's figure out a monetary way to work together, but hey, I have these resources. Let me see how I can merge that with somebody else's stuff to help them help expand their network. So I definitely feel like it's the most important thing because we need to, I feel like, shift mindsets more than anything.
You just said something right there. Everybody, I say this all the time. He did not see my questions. Okay. So, what is San Antonio Black Core, and how can people use it as a resource hub?
Perfect. Yeah, so I built the San Antonio Black Core. A few months ago, I was looking, like I said, finding gaps in the community where I can feel like I can plug some holes, feel like I can get people involved to where I call it a free 99 model, freemium model, where they basically can join the group. It's a private group. There's a lot of public groups out there that are having a lot of different types of content that aren't focused. So that's why I said, hey, what groups are missing? So when I looked, we didn't have a main SA Black Black events group. We didn't have a politics group. We didn't have a main San Antonio Black real estate investing group. So I said, okay, let me find these individuals in on the Facebook communities, the other ones who are already doing those things, who are already running events. Shout out to Michelle Thomas. She runs the Be Michelle events as well. You can say Young Black San Antonio. We're working with them as well. So the admins that we have who are running these groups, they are your real estate investor. They are in the San Antonio Black barber and beautician. These are the people who you're already working with in the community who are also running the Facebook groups as well. So we have one link that we've been pushing out. It has all the groups on there. It has at least the main SA Black groups that we have started so far, like I mentioned, business, real estate, and politics. But it also has those other relationships that we've built with other Black digital communities, such as YBSA, Young Black San Antonio, and then the support Black restaurants business as well. So we're looking for more digital communities to join a part of that link. Like I said, so we can change the mindset of that there aren't resources that are in a structured place for all of us to go to. And eventually, we're working on right now in the next couple weeks to get a document up for those Facebook groups as a resource list. So all the admins, we're looking for booking people, real estate investors. They'll be able to have a highlighted section on the Facebook group, and people can go to that to use it as a resource. I don't want to scroll through 5 different Facebook groups to try to
Mm-hmm.
find, this one thing I'm looking for specifically. So this is why we wanted to split them up so we can get more focus on those specific groups, especially the fitness one. That's the most important. Let me say that too.
You're right, because I find myself scrolling through trying to find the right the right group. You're right on
Right.
that. You mentioned that SA BlackCore has over 850 members.
Yes.
What kind of impact are you hoping to create as it continues to grow?
Well, I'm hoping to have, instead of it just being digital communities, I definitely wanted to come into the physical realm, come into the real world. So we'll be doing meetings with the admin teams. We have 3 to 5 admins per group, and as well as 3 to 5 moderators per group as well. So we wanted to really build it with a real structure. We have real guidelines, real things that admins and moderators can follow. So I wanted to set it up as if, hey, I set up the accounts under the other admins. So when I'm done helping out, the other admins are going to be have control of the account. When it comes to the link, I have it set up under another email, so anybody can come in. Well, the main admins for the future can come in and be able to manage that themselves. So it takes me out of the equation and makes it more for the community itself. But I'm definitely looking forward to be a fixture. Hey, we've never had a black male mayor in the city before. So, hey, the San Antonio politics group, it can have a lot more power than we think.
Wow. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, the next question is just what he left off at. Tell us about the San Antonio Black Politic Group and why civil engagement is important in this work.
I love it. I think it's important too because a lot of people, I feel like people have heightened emotions, and I like to say everybody has an opinion. We just need to figure out a way to make it matter. So, folks, this gives us an organized place to be able to have certain discussions that other Facebook groups aren't able to have in a way that we can organize, like you said, without stuff getting mixed up in the other Facebook groups. A central place to organize with the people who are already running events. I can shout out Tammy Lambert, Farrell Clark. We got Bonnie Harris as well. We have these people who are actively running events, actively doing community engagement, focus on voter participation. So all of those things, especially in our community, are important. I don't even think we have fully 110,000 people in our community in San Antonio yet. So as we continue to grow, we just made it into the sixth highest city, biggest population city in America. So as we continue to grow, I feel like our space and to leverage our numbers in that Facebook group and in physical communities is going to be able to help give some, the Black community has a lot of organization. Let's make
Mhm.
sure to go continue to reach out to them. Not like it's a side thing, but a proactive approach basically to our community is what I'm hoping the group helps.
You know, you mentioned the black politics, and so I just came back from Atlanta,
Okay.
and I went out there where Martin Luther King is buried, right at him and his wife, and I was reading some of the posts they had all along in there, and I sat down there, and it dawned on me. I said, he talked about this back in the '60s and '70s, but yet we still doing the same old, same old.
Right, right.
Almost like we stuck and don't want to move forward. Or somebody mentioned something that made a lot of sense is we have no leader anymore. Back then we had leaders that stood up and wasn't afraid to speak out on it.
Right.
And we don't have that anymore nowadays. It's somebody brought up another thing, the village is dead. And I said the village is not dead at all. It's not dead. What's dead is families, neighbors, and communities. That's what drives the village. And we don't
Right.
have any of those in place. So how can we find a true leader if we got people out there afraid to step up?
Right. Excuse me. I feel like that's something that's very important to look into as well. We need to identify individuals who are already doing the work in the community in a younger way. Like I said, Black Life Magazine. I wanted to reach out to them. I have in their submission form so we can start doing better at highlighting our local Black influencers in media businesses because those are the individuals where people in the community are already engaging with organically. We don't have to ask them to co-support those things that they're already supporting. So when it comes to the influencers, it gives another exposure layer to the individuals who are doing things in the city. So I feel like we need to do better at identifying people, but that's where the issue comes in and where we don't have structured communities. I feel like to be able to point out individuals who we can see consistently are doing certain things if you don't always go to city hall events and if you can't make it to all of the political engagements. We need spaces like that where we can identify individuals to say, oh, okay, we can notice that this person is doing a little bit more than everybody else. This person says it a little differently too, because I feel like that's important with how you deliver what you're trying to say to the community. So that's where the Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they had different ways to get it to the community, but they made sure that they hit on the emotional point of that. This is for us to have leverage for ourselves. It's not us against them. It's just we need to have structure and leverage for our own community so we can push our own people through.
Okay. We're gonna
Yeah.
switch gears a little bit because I'm reading some here that I like it. You also have access to parking lot billboards in Bandera
Yes.
Point. How are you using those to help black owner business to get more visibility?
We have actually just solidified that contract with the property management company. Those have been sitting dormant for a few years. They have the demographic is roughly it has a good chunk of white people and a good chunk of Latinos, and then here we can fit in that demographic as well, right in between. So I would say for us, it's meant to heighten the individuals who are living in the area, or if they're not living in that area, to get exposure that they haven't been able to get before. And it's a unique exposure. We don't have those standalone parking lot billboards anywhere else in the city. You go to, the Ram and the nicer places. If you see an EV station, you see the digital billboards that are there, but there is no physical space to where right before people are walking into their location, they'll be able to see those businesses up there. So they told me, they said, hey, Will, you can reach out to whoever you want. We're not going to say that you have to reach out to tenants. So I said, perfect. I'm already building foundation here in
Okay.
my community. Let me make sure to do posts about those first, see if anybody wants to join before I reach out even to the tenants who are there. They don't know about it yet. They're not excited about the opportunity. So I said, let me solidify a couple of slots to save them for our community. But I started that. Been seeing them for about 4 years, and when you see them now, it just has people look like they're running on there. You have some folks with their dogs on and that they're falling apart too. They're getting damaged. So I
Mm.
wanted to refurbish them. I said, hey, I used to work as a manager at the movie theater. We used to put out the I used to put out the billboards. I used to do the marketing there too. So I said, hey, and now I do the digital marketing. So they said, oh, you'll be the perfect person for this. I said, great, good. So now I can be a part in helping get my community some exposure.
See, I advertised 2 years ago when it first came out. They gave me a great deal.
Okay,
But
okay,
after that deal was over, that price just shot up. I said, I'm good. But
right,
but it was good because a lot of people seen WSN Radio there on the billboard. And they
right,
would say, man, you out there, you big time. I said, no, still like, I'm just trying to be big time, you know. But it
right,
takes
right.
time for that. But I'm gonna get back into it again because I got great exposure at that time. 'Cause people would go by and see it, and the way mine was broke down to, I had two, three different slots. Now the one at 1 o'clock morning, 6 o'clock morning, it was almost free, you know, because who's riding by. But like with radio, we got our morning drive, noon drive, afternoon drive. That's the time you want your product out there for people to see going to work or coming home from work, and that's where it got expensive at. So, price wise on this, when you get out there doing it, what can people expect?
Well, this is where I said I started off working with new and small businesses. I learned how to help them in a flexible way based on what I was doing to grow my business at the time. So anything that I do when I'm starting a new business, I'm cognizant and I'm understanding of new and small business owners need to have a way to build up their marketing, build up their off their foundation. So we are starting with $400 for the first month. You can get a split sign, so it'll be half of one of the full panels, or you can get a full side and it'll be 600. Now those prices are just for the first month. On the next month, those that $100 drops off. So then everybody will either be paying $300 a month for a split sign or $500 for a larger sign. When it comes to lawyers and folks doing coupons, we have separate add-ons for those. If you need some extra marketing, we have those add-ons for you to include. But the base prices is for a split sign, 300, and for a full size sign, 500, and those are for 30 days.
Okay, so on the signs when they get up there, it is, let me say, can a slideshow be added to that or just your logo and your name and information?
It's just they're just static signs, so they aren't digital
Okay.
signs. We have a way for you to add a QR code on there, so you can be able to have a funnel to your restaurant, to your coupons, and things like that.
Okay. All right. So, what are three things every small businesses should have in place before spending money on ads?
Mhm. You should definitely know who you're selling to. And you should know if you are living a day in the life of your customer persona. You should know exactly what type of person that is to be able to sell to them as far as how much money they're spending, what type of shops and restaurants they're going to. So definitely build your customer persona. Set up your social media account. And if you don't make every single post for 30 days, at least set up a content calendar to where you can say on these certain days of the week, this is the certain things that I want to talk about. And if you miss
Mm.
certain days, you can at least go be like, okay, this is this next week, and you can hit certain topics like that. You see what works with those. Anything you get one view on this post and you get zero views on this post, the post that you got one view on, you continue making content in that same sort of format. So you can keep going with that, so you can start growing from there.
So basically, don't get discouraged
Yes,
because
don't get discouraged. Yeah.
because people are, oh, only one person seen this. Yeah, but look, this is social media. If that one person shared it, it goes down the line. And
Exactly.
a lot of people get discouraged. Only one person. I'm not doing this again. Maybe you are challenged and you need
Right.
to do it again. You are being challenged. So do it again. Maybe redo it a little bit, to so it pops so people could see it. Doing website for years, I found out years ago if a person go to your website and they spend, what is it, point 0.7 seconds before they move on, that means there's nothing there that caught their attention.
Right.
You gotta, so as soon as they open up your website, someone's got to be there to catch their attention to move on.
Right.
And that's what people fail to see. What, how can I put it? What you think looks good in your mind, it looks good. Everybody else's mind, it look like crap. I'm just gonna call it like it is. But if you
Yeah.
get 3 or 4 people together and let them know what you think about this and get their opinion, then more than likely you make the right move to put the right content on there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
That's
I,
why I feel like people are missing out, and especially at the top of their website, they need to be putting a video. People like to see videos of
mhm.
whatever your product is, and if you don't have a video, make sure the first thing they see is a link to be able to click to where they can go pay and buy whatever your service is. That has to be in that first page, at that first section that they see when the website opens.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What does community driven marketing means to you?
Community driven marketing. I feel like community driven marketing is it's important in the sense that it's not marketing necessarily for anybody on social media. It's the intent to target individuals that live in your city, to have the most exposure in your community. So it's important to do there. Community marketing can also be. Um, it can also make it be a bad thing where individuals are attempting to market to too small of a pool of individuals, and they're not broadening their reach across the city to where people may be buying the best. Maybe you live on the south side, but the people who you are trying to sell to live in Hilotes. They live in the north. So definitely, I feel like it's a space for the community to get exposure with other people in their community, and it's not such a large thing outside of San Antonio or global. They're definitely focused.
Which, oh, I got another question for you. It may hurt people when I ask this question. So, what is it about the west and east side? If you tell somebody I got a business over here, and people frown upon the east side and west side, like don't go over there and do that. You don't know what you're getting into. That stigma is still out there. How do we change that?
That's a good question. It would take a long time for me to answer all of how I feel about it, but I definitely feel like we are missing out on some real estate development over in that area as far as the east side goes, for fun things to do, for attractions. Basically, you have a lot of industrial businesses over there, and when new businesses are looking to move into those areas, they're like, I'm not going to be by a factory. I'm not going to be in the sense to where right beside me there are businesses that are increasing the revenue of the area, that are just right beside, like I said, industrial businesses. So I think we can do better, like you said, marketing certain events in those areas. We're going to be running an event with the Alamo Chamber, sorry, with the Alamo, I'm sorry, with the African American Leadership Institute. It's a lot of acronyms I got going on in my head.
All
So
right.
the African American Leadership Institute, they'll be running an event at the end of June, and I believe it is closer down to the south side. I have to look at the exact description of the event, but that event is a great event. So I feel like from that event, the individuals who even live around the area, they have businesses. I feel like that will start to increase the willingness to support as we continue to have different events down in the area. That gives us opportunities to look and say, okay, where are opportunities for, hey, there's a lot of businesses on some of the corners the further you get down south, for us to get together and maybe start buying up some of those spaces that are just running dormant all around the city.
Okay. So, I want to throw something at you. I want you to walk me through.
Okay.
I come to you, my radio station. Walk me through from start to, well, probably not finished, but walk me through how would you go about let me know marketing wise the radio station. What is my weak point? What is my strong points? How do you go about that if I came to you and say, hey, I need some help with marketing?
you came to me and say, hey, you need some help, I would say, hold on, let me look at what you're doing on social media already. That's one of the big things that I do. I say, hey, let me check and do a free consultation for you. After I do that consultation, I look at other folks who are running radio stations or who fit in that niche that you're looking for. After I see what they're doing and I see what you're doing, I can find the things in between that, the disconnect, which or why they're getting some more engagement where you're not getting the same engagement that they could be getting. Because the biggest thing, whoever shows up, I guess, in the top 3 or 5, those who should everyone should be looking for as far as their marketing. Who's showing up on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you are promoting your content the most. Where are those people? Who's doing the best on those platforms? So I would basically be doing a consultation to see what you're doing separately from what they're doing, and then find a way to build a marketing plan specifically to you and your budget that can help bridge that gap so you can at least get the same amount of exposure. We can say, we know for sure every piece of content initially is going to work out for you perfectly, but we can say we can build your format based on what these other businesses are doing, that they're doing well, and mix your own spin into it, put your own secret sauce in there, and be able to push it like that.
Okay.
So it's definitely a gradual. People want, oh, if I pay $200, am I gonna have 1 million followers? I say it don't really work like that. It don't work like that. But
Yeah, so it takes time to build it up. Like
right,
I've been doing this for 12 years, and the biggest thing I did 4 years ago was change my brand because I was known as Lounge 59.
okay,
And then I changed to WSN Radio, got my logo and everything right there. That was probably one of the best moves I could have made and
right,
getting the word out because now it shows. Because when it was Lounge 59, people thought it was a nightclub they were going to.
right, right.
So I changed to WSN Radio to say, how did you find with San Antonio? I said, I didn't. All I did was typed in, it popped up, and I took it. That's
Right,
all.
right,
It was just
right,
just a matter of faith. I just took it. But like I said, I have been blessed because KSAT did an article on me, Ken's TV did an article on me, and that opened things up for me. And I'm a one man show. It's just me. Okay, I got a couple of people that's working with me, but basically I've been doing this for 12 years by myself. How can I put it? Pay for everything. Now, that's it. I'm starting to advertise now, and I see that coming in, but I need to push it a little bit more. But I don't want to push it past that. I will sell myself short,
right,
or I would don't have enough time in the day to do what I need to do. I already told 3 people no because
right,
I can't do it. And somebody told me that's the best thing you could use is the word no.
That's
Because
true.
I can't do it. I said I can't fulfill. I could say yes, I could promise, but I can't do it because my main thing is taking care of the community. That is
Right,
my main thing. I do more community functions probably than anybody else that I know of that's doing things, and that's where I go for as a community. And I'm not looking to put me on the radio station on a pedestal. I'm looking to get the resources out there.
right.
So that's what I'm doing. So when I come to you and I say, help me out with marketing, now you know what I'm doing. That was a good segue, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. If you need something, I can take care of you for sure.
Yeah. So I,
Yes,
I,
sir.
I probably will be come to you because you know Dr. Cross, right?
Yes.
Dr. Crystal Cross. Well, me and her partner up, and it was a marriage made in heaven on how we work with each other. And
Right.
And she said one thing. Matter of fact, we were talking yesterday. Said, Ron, it's one thing I like about us working together. We know our lanes.
Right.
And that's where people mess up trying to get in another lane, got no business getting in. Stay in your lane. And I
Right.
stay in my lane, she stay in her lane, and we have no now we do talk to see, all right, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. We talk about should we do it, should we not do it? And then we
Right.
talk about it, then believe her she has the final word on it
Right.
because it's her place. She got the final word on it. But to us to sit down and talk about it and communicate, I think that's what a lot of people is lacking, the communication skill
Right. That's true.
when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the last question. How can people connect with you, SA BlackCore, or the work you are doing?
Thank you. So if you are looking to connect with me or connect with the SA Black Core, you can go to wpbms.square.site. That's where my marketing will be. You can also find me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Will Harold. You'll see my face right there. I'm wearing the same glasses like this right now. If you are looking to support the SA Black Core, the idea of that was that anybody who came to the city, you can type in SA Black and you should see a list of the rest of the groups when they're on Facebook. So people coming in, they're new, they'll see, oh, okay, SA Black, that looks like it's branded and structured around a specific purpose. So then
Mm-hmm.
you can go in and click and join where your interest aligns basically in the groups. If you want to reach out to me separately, I can also send you the link for that as well. And yes, sir, that's about it.
Well, send me that link so I can share with everybody else,
Perfect.
and let everybody know what's going on. I'm gonna go. I don't. I think I'm with SA BlackCore. I gotta double check,
Okay,
but
you check.
I'll find. If not, I will be.
Perfect. Good
If
deal.
not, I will be because the information you gave today is priceless.
Appreciate you.
Some of the information you gave that people understand. See, one thing you said that a lot of people don't know, you could schedule your events where you don't have to sit down there every morning doing it. You could
Right, right,
schedule everything. A lot of people didn't. I knew that, but a lot of people don't know that. That's what I do.
right. Mhm.
When I went out of town, I scheduled everything. I was out of town. I was gone for 3 or 4 days, but
Right.
everything went like clockwork. But that's one bit of information you give everybody out there that will know.
Yes,
Now you
right.
can schedule your events and everything that's going on. I think. Well, what about the other part besides scheduling events, on how you can make a post for your event? That's something else you could do because Facebook allow you to do that. If you post something, say you want to make this event, and go ahead and
Right.
do that. When I do mine, I invite everybody in my friends list.
Right.
I don't tic tac toe who I want. I just invite everybody.
Right. Right.
And I think that's somewhere where people make a mistake at. They pick and choose who they want to come to your event, and the ones you
Right.
pick you want to come don't show up.
Right. Exactly. Just invite everybody and see if they'll come.
Yeah, that's all you got to
Exactly.
do. All right.
Right.
Well, Will, we appreciate you taking the time out coming back. We're gonna have you on again. You are a wealth of information, and people need to see more of this. And once I have you check out everything for me, I can brag about you. Say, look here, this is what he done for me, because
Okay.
I love to not talk about it. I want to be about it. I want to go ahead, use your services to see. Well, I mean, you may find so many flaws in what I'm doing. You may not even want to talk to me.
Nope. 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 We help you build a foundation, new and small. It don't matter.
Yes, sir. All right. We appreciate you coming on, and you take care until next time.
Of course. Thank you so much, Ryan.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Bye bye.
Recording stopped.
All right, everybody. That was my man Will right there, and definitely, we have to check this brother out on things that he's doing. All right, this is DJ Ron G on WSAN Radio. We see everybody bright and early tomorrow morning for Black Women Tuesday on your number one R&B station in San Antonio, Texas. That is WSAN